Welcome. Okay, we are going to discuss how we can convert between units of area. Why do we need this skill and concept when we are calculating actual area or area on a map, given a map scale? You need to be able to convert between units of area, because sometimes they'll ask you a question to write your final answer in kilometers squared, yet you calculated in centimeters squared, and so on and so forth. So it's a very simple skill. Let's take an example of convert 3 meters squared, or 3 square meters, to centimeters squared. Okay, so for such a question, just a small note, what we actually need is to get a conversion factor. So if you are asked to convert, let's say, meters to centimeters, you would multiply by 100, because that is your conversion factor. When we are dealing with square units, though, we still need to get a conversion factor. It may not be the same as that for linear units. So what would it be? We need to remember that 1 meter equals to 100 centimeters. So if you do not remember this, you need to double check the metric system. We usually use an acronym of King Henry's daughter Mary drank. King Henry's daughter, I missed the Mary. King Henry's daughter Mary drank cold milk. This being kilometers, this being hectometers, this being decameters, meters, decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. Now, what we need to remember about the metric units is that it increases in multiples of 10. So if, for example, I wanted to find out how many meters are in a centimeter, I will stand at meters with my 1 and see how many zeros will be there for me to get to centimeters, and that's 100. That is how I got 100. So to continue, because I'm dealing with square units, square both sides, and that's how I will get that 1 meter squared is equivalent to 10,000 centimeters squared. Now this is our conversion factor. This is our conversion factor, like we say. So now all we need to do is multiply. So we want to convert 3 meters squared to centimeters squared. So 3 meters squared would be 3 times 10,000, like we said earlier. That is at 10,000. So 3 times 10,000, and that would be at 30,000 centimeters squared. Good. Once again, what do you need? A conversion factor. How can you get that? You get the normal linear factors, like how many centimeters are in a kilometer. You square the units because you're dealing with area. Okay, let's take one last example. So imagine we wanted to convert 2,000 millimeters squared to centimeters squared. Okay, so once again I need to get how many centimeters are in 1 millimeter, and that is 10. If I'm to take you back, that would be centimeters and millimeters. So I stand at my centimeters. I have 10 millimeters. Okay, so they are 10 millimeters. I'm going to square both sides because I'm dealing with square units. So I have that 1 centimeter squared is 100 millimeters squared. So now I want to convert 2000 millimeters squared to square centimeters. I'm going to divide because I'm changing from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. I'm going to divide using this factor that I just calculated. So 2000 millimeters squared would be 2000 over 100, and that would give me a 20 square centimeters. Okay, once again, a quick run through the steps. Get the conversion factor, but remember you are dealing with area. Start with a linear conversion factor and you square it so that you get the conversion factor for the area. Okay, so you